Hi, this is Troy Hubble from YourDyslexiaExpert.com. If you're watching this, you're probably a family that I work with who's asked for help helping your child learn their multiplication facts. This is something we all have to do, and it's something that can be very difficult for students with dyslexia or students with ADHD. So this is level one of the strategy that I'm going to give you. What this strategy is designed to do is to help kids not only memorize these facts, but understand how it is that multiplication actually works. Because when they have that understanding, they can apply their facts, they can apply their knowledge much more easily to other types of math. So we are going to teach multiplication by teaching skip counting. That just means counting by an individual number. It could be by ones, by twos, by threes, etc., etc. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to do that all the way through, skipping counting by twos, then threes, then fours, then fives, then sixes, until they have all of their facts. So for level one, we're going to start by having kids move out an index card. Since I'm on the computer, I'm just going to move out this blue shape. And they're going to write the number on this index card that shows how many counters they have out. You will need 10 index cards. And for the highest level of this, skip counting by tens, you'll need 100 counters. You will need 11 index cards and 100 counters. So, first, we notice that there are no counters out. So the student is going to write 0 to show that there are no counters. This teaches that when we multiply by 0, what that means is if we have 0 groups, if we have no counters, we have nothing. So the answer is 0. Then I'm going to move another card to the right of that one. I want these cards to go in the order that we actually would write numbers in. And let's say that we're skip counting by twos. I would move 2 dots, 2 counters, whatever you're using for counters is fine, up above this card. If we were skip counting by threes, I would move 3 counters. By fours, I would move 4 counters, etc., 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 right? I'm going to show you how to do it skip counting by twos, but the only thing that you change when you're skip counting by different numbers is how many counters you place above each card. So now here, on this second card, I want the student to write the number of counters we have. Well, we have 2 counters, so they would write the number 2. Then they're going to bring out another card, and if we're skip counting by twos, they're going to put 2 more counters. And now I want them to write the number of counters that we have total. So we already had 2 from over here, so 3, 4. Now we have 4. You might see that students want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see that, model for them that we don't need to count these again. We already know how many counters we have here. We have 2. So we can simply start at 2 and count on. 3, 4. If this is challenging for students, print out a number line for them, showing the numbers 0 through 100, so that they could point to 2 on the number line, and then count 2 more from that number, 3, 4. You should be able to Google and print out a number line free of charge fairly easily. Next, as you might have guessed, we're going to put out another card. And if we're counting by twos, we're going to put 2 more counters. Again, for threes, it would be 3 counters. Whatever you're counting by, you're going to just pull that same number of counters for each card. And again, the student is going to figure out what number they are, or what number of counters they can see now. So we know that we had 4 counters. If I count on 2 more, 5, 6, we know that now we have 6 counters. And you're going to have the child go all the way through until they have used 10 index cards, so that we're teaching them how to count up through counting by tens. If your school wants them to go through 11s or 12s, then you'll need more index cards for that. And they would just continue through. They'd put 2 more counters above this one, and then recognize that they have 8, 2 more counters above this one, and recognize that they have 10, 2 more counters above this one, and recognize that they have 12, and so on and so on and so on. Now, level 1 is always and only one day. Really, what you are asking kids to do is make these index cards and to use the counters to do them. Have them save the index cards after the lesson. But when they pick up the counters, have them pick up 2 counters at a time and skip count. So have them pick up the 2 above the number 2, put them away and say 2. Have them pick up the 2 above the number 4, put them away and say 4. Have them pick up the 2 above the number 6 and put them away and say 6, so that they get that added extra skip counting practice. When students do this, they are getting a multi-sensory representation of exactly what multiplication looks like, because they're seeing how skip counting works. They're also hearing themselves say the numbers, they're feeling the counters for tactile feedback, and they're building the tool that they're going to use for multiplication later on. So, this is level 1. At the end of level 1, you should have 10 index cards that count by your number. So in this case, or 11 index cards, sorry, because we're including 0. It would be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. If it were 3s, it would be 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You get the idea. Save these cards. You're going to use them in level 2.